too. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Oh, dear. Oh, thank you very much. And the king of the world! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, Mr. Iain Lee! Who'd have thought it? Hello. Hello, and welcome to That Award Show. Now, are you tired of all those nasty late-night shows that take one look at what's going on in the world and decide to snipe, sneer and snigger? Well, so are we, to be honest. And in fact, this show isn't like that at all. We're here to celebrate all the good things in life and to reward greatness wherever it's found. In fact, we love to hand out our special prize, and here it is. It's That Award Show's an award. So let's get on with our first award. It's the Best Actress Award, and it goes to Catherine Zeta-Jones, who paid £3,000 for cosmetic eye surgery. And it worked. She greeted Michael Douglas afterwards with the words, "Jesus Christ, you're ugly!" But this week's Best Actor Award goes to John Prescott for his performance in the sequel to Raging Bull. His tussle with a protester has been misreported. Prescott didn't take a lunge at him. It's just that after the protester threw the egg, Prescott thought he might have some bacon and some sausages too. Yum, yum. But the task of handing out all these awards is too much for me on my own, so to help me is our hand-picked panel of pundits. First to cast his comedic eye over our awards tonight, that's if we can get him to keep his clothes on for long enough, is Ben Miller. Second, the presenter of Channel 4's Flatmate, and she's going to make sure our awards go to a good home. Please welcome Emma Kennedy. And finally, to tell us how award shows were better in the 60s, 70s and the 80s, it's the pundit's pundit, Stuart Maconie. Hello. Nice to see you. Now, did you all see John Prescott last night landing that punch in?
Yeah.
What did you think to it?
It's fantastic. More power to him.
Should we have a look again and see what he did exactly? Do you want to see it? Yeah. Let's have a look at the clip of Prescott landing someone a punch.
John Prescott immediately swung.
The best bit is the struggle afterwards. It's fantastic because typical Labour Party, you just can't follow it up with anything, can he?
Now it's time to choose this week's Best Leading Lady, and here are the nominees. For turning her back on publicity to help Labour win the election, it's Jerry Halliwell. For finally agreeing to cull those high-class hangers-on, it's Her Majesty the Queen. 8 kids, 6 dads, and a 130 grand house courtesy of the taxpayer. It's Supermum Helen Robinson. Woo! Now, Jerry's obviously taking time off she's got an album out at the moment, she's not plugging that at the moment, she's going to go into a Labour Party political broadcast. Why do you think she's doing this?
I don't know, I'm just really worried that it conflicts with her role as ambassador for goodwill with the United Nations. I think she's got to look really carefully at her portfolio there. And that tea looks dreadfully fattening.
So, should we have a quick look at her vote-winning performance, if we can? Let's just see what she's up to.
She's delivering some food to old folks, and you wouldn't want Jerry Halliwell in your Meals on Wheels one, would you? You really wouldn't. Come on, sick it up, you old bag.
I don't know if you've noticed. She has actually lost a little bit of weight, Jerry. Have you noticed it? She's lost a little bit of weight.
No, I hadn't noticed that.
I think she looks a bit like Iggy Pop now. I don't know. And I find out... Our second nominee is the Queen. She's looking after number 1. She's getting rid of all the rubbish royals, basically. Do you think this is a good thing?
Yes, I do. She's basically going to offer to the slightly less senior royals the option of either being completely royal or going and living on their own. So what's going to happen is Princess Michael of Kent has got to choose between endorsing slippers and living on about £250,000 a year at Kensington Palace. It's a hard choice.
Our third nominee has got into trouble for looking after her family. Helen Robinson was married 5 times and her children have been fathered by 6 different dads. The papers disapprove, but is she guilty of anything other than being a bit over-friendly?
She's just a romantic. Yeah. Just a plain old-fashioned romantic.
Love with love. Yeah. So
What's
just hasn't found the right man.
What's wrong with being a professional mother?
Exactly. Well, if we have a quick look at here she is with her children, I think. Here they are. There's Nisha, Kelsey, Mario, Sonic, Tinky Winky, He-Man, Godzilla, and of course Dog Tanyan on the end there. Would the words Tay Bridge mean anything to any of you?
Yes, they would. That is the secret code that they use at the palace for when Princess Margaret dies. And apparently the secret code for the Queen Mum is London Bridge.
Oh, really?
Yes, it is.
Why can't they just say, hey, she's died?
She's died.
Sorry, last night.
Well, so, you know, it's...
Well, no, what it is because they don't...
I mean, you know...
They don't want to upset Princess Margaret by maybe mentioning that she's about to die in front of her. So that's why they're going, oh, by the way, have you crossed the Tay Bridge today?
Emma, I know you're moving exotic circles, but I reckon if you know that's the code, Princess Margaret probably knows that.
So the fact that I've said the code Tay Bridge on TV, do you think that means I'll have to change it now to something else?
Like Millennium Bridge.
Millennium Bridge.
Yeah.
Is our last leg's a little bit wobbly. Now, let's go back to Jerry. Of course, there's a downside to being a role model, as Jerry's finding out with her latest album. Her latest album cover features the star hanging onto a speeding car, and it's been criticised by safety experts who fear impressionable youths will follow her dangerous example. Of course, we all know this isn't the first time that this has happened. Her last album, Playing on the Railway Tracks, also received complaints, as did the covers for the singles Hiding in a Fridge and Head in the Oven. Jerry's, you know, she does a lot of work for the UN, she's a tireless charity worker. Is she a better figurehead for Britain than the Queen?
I think she's better at giving head.
She?
I beg your pardon. So, Ben, who do you think should get the award?
I think it should be the lady on the estate. In all seriousness,
One of those kids is yours, isn't it, Ben? Isn't it, Ben?
and I won't have you talking about her. That
We might laugh alone. Who do you think the award should go to now?
I think it should go to the Queen because I think she's finally doing something that should have been done a long time ago, and that is to drop the dross in the royal family and the ones who are taking our hard-earned cash for nothing.
Right on, sister! Stuart.
Well, just in order to just be like Emma, I'm going to say the Queen as well. I think that's, that was a stirring speech.
Yeah.
I was going to say Jerry, but you've convinced me now.
And now you've said it.
I'm going to say the Queen as well.
Fantastic. So there we go. It's congratulations to the Queen. Mum, you're tonight's best leading lady. Unfortunately, the Queen is a little bit too busy booting her relatives out of house and home to be with us tonight, so we've asked Ed Hall to deliver her award in person.
Ed Hall from Channel 4's That Award Show. The Queen's people have voted her best leading lady. Is there anything you'd like to say on her behalf? Where would you imagine she'd put such an award? What I'll do, I'll leave the award here, and you can march and keep it safe. I'll just put it there, and then you could give it back to her. Tay Bridge.
Now, they say a policeman's lot is not a happy one, which is a shame, really, because we think the pigs do a really good job. And to prove it, here are our special Law and Order Awards. First up, our Honest Citizens of the Week, garage workers Tammy Booth and Emma Murphin, who returned David Beckham's lost wallet when it slid off the roof of his car, destroying the 3 vehicles behind him and wrecking the garage forecourt. The girls knew it was Beckham's wallet as it had a card inside saying, "If found, please return this wallet to me." Some of our awards are more important than others, and none carries more weight than our prestigious Best of British award, which we only give to the very best examples of Britishness. Past winners include Mohammed Al Fayed, P.Y. Gerbeau and TV's Lovejoy. The latest nomination for this esteemed award is used to standing before a panel of judges, but never quite like this. He's this week's nomination for Best of British, Ronald Arthur Biggs. The thing is, I call it a great train robber. Now, as I understand it, he robbed one train and got caught.
Yeah, he was rubbish at it.
That's not great, is it? That's a bit below average.
That's why he's the Best of British, because he's slightly mediocre at everything he does.
It's good, but it's not great. I mean, the good train robber would be more sensible,
Slightly adequate.
Okay, train robber, yeah.
What danger is he now to the British public? And everyone's been making this sort of big song and dance about how much he's costing the British taxpayer. Well, let him out of prison, then he won't cost us anything, will he?
Get him to rob some more trains and then give the money back to the government. I think that makes sense. Now, when he returned to prison, Ronnie was handed back the box of personal belongings which he'd left behind. The box is a poignant time capsule of a bygone age. It contained posters of Bridget Bardot and Barbara Windsor. Let's have a look at how they've changed. Still a couple of stunners, though. What else do you think might have surprised Ronnie about his return to England?
He'd be hard pushed to find a bloody train now, wouldn't he? and I don't know what else. A lot of his old favourites are still back there. The Foot and Mouth, TB.
Yeah.
That'd make him feel quite at home.
It's like the late 60s all over again.
It's just, it's how do you feel quite at home? If he wasn't, of course, a very sick old man.
On his decision to return home, the 71-year-old says, if I'm to become a dribbling nuisance, one of Her Majesty's hostelries might be just the place to spend my twilight years. A sentiment recently echoed by Princess Margaret. Has Biggs just returned for free NHS treatment, though?
No, I mean,
Yeah, straight away, yes.
he hasn't. He's come home because he wants to walk into a pub and buy a pint of beer. And who are we to say no?
The thing is, even if Biggs doesn't get a pardon, they won't be able to hold him for long. Here's a reconstruction of how he's planning to escape this time. So, you've heard the evidence. Should we allow Ronnie Biggs into our Best of British Hall of Fame? Ben, we'll start with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he deserves an award.
Emma, you love him, so you're going to say yes.
Clearly, yes. He's an institution and he should be set in stone. He's a marvel. He's best
Set him in
British.
stone? That's an interesting
Yes.
punishment. That would,
Just his feet.
that would teach you.
Yes.
Like they did with Jimi
Yes.
Hendrix.
And Stuart, do you think we should accept him and let him in?
Originally, I was going to say no because when I came, I was under the misapprehension that he was a kind of horrible, crimmy scumbag. But now I realise that he's great because Emma's got a knuckle duster,
Yeah.
and I've got let him in.
Let's agree with
Biggsy.
violence. So, ladies and gentlemen, the latest winner of our Best of British Award, Ronnie Biggs. Well deserved. Well, we're going to take a very quick break, but don't worry, like Ronnie Biggs, we'll be back. But before the break, super sportsman Steve Redgrave was recently knighted by the Queen. We were there under the guise of the Weekly Show to give him our very own special award.
Steve, hi, we're from the Weekly Show Channel 4. Just here on behalf of all the viewers, hundreds and thousands of people have emailed in on this, voted, phoned up, the award for Best Sports Personality of the World. And I'm absolutely over the moon to say you have come in second on that. Just pin that rosette there for him. Steve, can you just say a few words to the viewers that have nominated you as second best sport personality?
I want to know who's come first.
First was Alex Higgins.
All right, yes.
Any messages out there for people if they want to kind of attain to sports personalities? Anything you think's maybe got you to the second position?
I think that the most thing, whatever you do, is enjoyment. If you enjoy what you're doing, then you're going to get to much higher levels than you would be if you don't enjoy it. So whatever you do, enjoy it, and maybe one day you'll come second as well.
Welcome back to That Award Show. We've still got tons of prizes to give out, so it's good news for Coronation Street star Tracy Shaw, who can now collect her Best Footwear Award despite losing her designer stilettos at this week's BAFTAs. Fortunately, the police managed to find them. They were behind her ears. Now it's time for our Best Entertainment Performance Award, and it just so happens that all our nominations have an American flavour this evening. And the nominations are... For her novel A Mother's Gift, it's the multi-talented songstress Britney Spears. For taking the United States by storm with her excellent quiz show The Weakest Link, it's Anne Robinson. He's at the centre of the most exciting cliffhanger since Who Shot JR? It's Oklahoma bomber Timothy McVeigh, whose execution has been delayed for a month. Now, Brittany has written a book, let me get this right, it's with her mother Lynn, it's called A Mother's Gift, and it tells the rags to riches story of a teenager singer from the American South whose wholesome image helps her become an international superstar.
Yes.
Where do these writers get the ideas for their stories from? It's amazing. Has anyone read this book
Yes,
here?
I have. It took me 45 minutes to read a 236-page book. I think that speaks volumes.
Well, we've actually got a copy of the book here. Let's have a little look. There it is.
Yeah,
And you're right, it is in large print, mainly for our two key audiences, the under-5s and dirty old men. You're trying to make it out as though it's a bad book. I think this is a work of genius. Ben, would you do us all the honour of just reading some pieces from this, please?
Do you know, Ian, I'd be delighted.
That would be wonderful. Now, of course, Ben Mills, he reads from Brittany's book.
Holly studied her mom for a moment. She was so pretty with her curly brown hair that just grazed her shoulder blades. And her nice, warm, almond-shaped eyes. If it weren't for the birthmark, she'd be drop dead gorgeous.
That is genius, as far as I'm concerned. Well, listen, there's enough for talking about the book. Let's have a quick look at the genius of Britney Spears in action. Now, when you first saw that girl perform, did you ever imagine that she had a book inside her? Oh, no, I mean, the words. Stuart.
You roister, doister, what a thing to say. I've always liked her. I like her.
You're really excited.
No.
No.
She's a lot better than that Christina Aguilera. She was like the Argos Britney Spears.
She's the evil Britney Spears.
It's like she's like a car crash. You can't stop looking at her because she's so awful.
Well, speaking of car crashes and sexy, our next nominee is Anne Robinson. Here's a clip of her.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Now, a lot of people say that Britain is rubbish at everything. Obviously, Ronnie Biggs isn't a particularly brilliant criminal. Everything else isn't that very good. But we lead the world in stern ginger housewives, don't we? That's something to be proud of. Sorry, Stuart, when you first saw her on Watchdog, did you think that she was bound for international stardom?
Yeah, because we...
Yes.
Because British men in particular like being kind of bossed around a bit, don't they, by kind of severe merchant women. But I'm worried about her thing in America now, because who's minding the store? What's going on Watchdog? Who is stopping little children going sailing on the canal?
Mickey Campbell, yeah.
Oh, Campbell's...
He hasn't got the same weight to stop
and
anything.
also, people could be getting their heads caught in curious boxes or going sailing in Chinese takeaway cartons on the canal.
You're proud of Anne, but you'd rather that she was back here helping
Come home
the
when
British.
you need it, Anne. Not jollying it up with your yanks.
Brittany has been quoted as saying, if I have on a short skirt, it doesn't mean I have low morals. I don't believe in sex before marriage. I don't believe in drugs or even smoking. Well, here's a picture of Brittany smoking. Here she is off her face. And if we had the third picture to make that joke work, we would own the internet by now. Now, if you doubted that McVeigh's trip to the gurney counts as entertainment in America, then have a look at this. This is absolutely genuine. This is some of the memorabilia they're selling outside the prison where he's held. That's one that wants him to be killed with the message "Die, die, die" on it. This is interesting. Look at this. Stop the killing. Let McVeigh live. What do you think to that? I've got to say, I think it's disgusting because that print is so cheap. One watch, that's going to come off. Yeah.
He's having a special a trumpet piece made for him specially that he can listen to as he's dying. The bloke who's written it actually said that he'd written it because that Timothy McVeigh was 33 and because of that he was like Jesus Christ.
And also,
well, actually, let's pull you up on a couple of things there.
And they thought Herb Alpert's Spanish flea was a bit inappropriate. Kind of set the wrong tone for an execution.
In America, the death penalty does arouse passions on all sides. Here are some anti-capital punishment protesters holding a death row vigil. Apparently, the last condemned man to hear that asked the guards to get a move on. Stuart, what music would you like to hear at your execution? I don't know if they told you about that yet.
Have they? Well, you'd rather put me on the spot. What about I Moosey by Modern Romance?
Nice.
That would be good. That would be good.
Lovely.
To compete with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in the States, the top prize for the weakest link in America has been increased from the UK's rubbish 20 grand to $1 million. Just check out what's on offer on this edition of Bob's Full House.
And like all four corners of one of these bingo cards, the first person to do that will have a choice of this nest egg of nice things.
And for the four corners, a hand-knitted sweater to your a black and white television with a year's subscription to Radio Times. A collection of boxed games, including Bob's Full House.
I think that I would rather have a knitted jumper like that than $1 million. It takes a lot of work and skill, doesn't it?
A collection of board games that you've never seen anywhere in your life before.
So who should win the Best Entertainment Award? Quickly, Ben, who do you think?
Well, I'm going to go for Tim.
You reckon?
Yep.
I'm buying British. I'm sticking with Anne.
You sticking with that?
And I'm up for Brittany.
You're up for Brittany, but who do you think should win this?
Brittany.
Fantastic. Who do you think should win the award this evening? Who do you think? Well, I think it sounds a resounding one for Brittany, so congratulations to Britney Spears. You are the winner of tonight's award for Best Entertainment Performance. Unfortunately, Brittany can't be with us tonight, but accepting on her behalf, we go over now to the one woman who can claim to be Britain's answer to Britney Spears. She's a former child star and blonde tabloid sensation who may have had a little bit of surgery to enhance her looks. She's a famous virgin and she looks cracking in a school uniform.
Hello everybody, my name is Lauren Harris and I've got this award to Britney Spears and I'm going to accept it on her behalf. And this is for Britney Spears. I mean, she's inspiration to us all. And it is difficult being a young woman in today's society. So this is for Britney, and you know, it's a wonderful thing. And I'm really grateful to give this award to Britney Spears. Thank you.
Well, we are the show that just can't stop giving. I've got some extra copies of this beautifully crafted and award-winning tome to give away. Who wants one, sir? I can tell you do. You're a dirty old man. You have one as well. You have one as well. Right, let's get in here. Now, whilst I'm giving these away, let's just take a brief moment to remember some of those familiar faces who have sadly disappeared from our TV screens this year.
They shine in your eyes when they kiss and tell. Strange places we never see, but you're always there, like a ghost in my dream. And I keep on telling you, please don't do the things you do. When you do those things, pull my puppet strings, I've the strangest heart for you.
Very sadly missed. But we are absolutely delighted now to move on to the award for Best Couple. And the nominations are Martin and Kay Tott, the unlucky lottery losers who are clever enough to pick the winning numbers but then daft enough to lose their ticket. But the second nomination is definitely one very lucky Tott. It's Billie Piper and her stepdad stroke husband, Chris Evans. Now, going back to the Tots, they lost the ticket. They reckon they're going to get £3 million. Should Camelot give it to them?
They keep saying, Britain's unluckiest couple, how unlucky they are. No. They picked 6 numbers at odds of 14 million to 1. They're incredibly lucky.
Yeah.
They're stupid. That's what they are. They're not unlucky. But, you know, you'd stick hold of that, wouldn't you?
Strange coincidence as well, because the same week their cleaner actually won £3 million on the lottery.
Yes.
It's amazing. But being rich has certainly changed Chris Evans. Here he is when he was Billy's age, and here is a photo of Billy at about the same time.
They spent a sober moment together. I mean, there's always photos at Las Vegas. They've got bottles just before they go in, haven't they? They're all sorts of propping one another up at the wedding.
It's Bacardi Breeze up, which is a nice
classy drink. It's a classy drink.
That's a world you and I can only dream of. Seriously, Billy's mum and dad said they're hoping Chris is going to be a stabilising influence on her.
Yes, well, tell you what, let's just see how stabilising influence he's going to be. Here's a clip of Chris Evans, who appeared on Richard and Judy just a couple of days ago to wish Judy Finnegan a happy birthday.
You don't have to do it if you don't want to. There you go. Happy birthday, Jude. That's it. We will see you tomorrow.
You'd think that she would know better, but that is what Billie Piper is going home to, ladies. Are you jealous of that at all?
I can't believe I dumbed down news night.
Ben, who do you think should win the award?
Well, I think it's the Tots, because I think it's terribly unfair. You know, I mean, they bought this. You know, they bought this ticket. They bought this ticket. They know they bought the ticket. They can prove they bought the ticket because it's all their, you know, family birthdays,
right.
Including the, you know, his grandmother's, the number on his grandmother's door. You can prove with that fact. They know that the ticket was bought at that post office, and the only way you could possibly settle a dispute like that would be if you have some sort of piece of paper that validated. So I think we've got to give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
I think in these cases you have to do it. Emma, what do you think?
I'm going for the sad Hertfordshire faces of the Tots. That's right.
Do you agree? Should we give the benefit of the doubt to the Tots, or should we
Well,
go with
Chris and Billy have drawn first prize in the lottery of life, haven't they?
So congratulations to the Tots, because tonight you are the best couple.
Hooray.
Now, we're going to send the Tots an award, but only if I manage to roll a 7 or over. Let's have a go. Snake Eyes! Thanks, Tots. Sorry about that. We have to give the award instead to the other best couple. It's Chris and Billy. You're tonight's best couple, and here's your awards. Here's your lovely big award, and to go with it, we've got a nice ickle one as well. So there we go. That's all we've got time for. I'd just like to thank tonight's panel, Ben Miller, Emma Kennedy and Stuart Maconie.
love you.
We'd like to leave you tonight with a medley of our winners and nominees cut to the syncopated musical beats of Billy Piper. Good night.
Wanted you to be that's you for me. Wanted you to be that's you for me. Do you have a good friend? You looking